the HSRP discusses. So in Cisco Packet Tracer, we'll discuss HSRP Lab. So I'll take different routers, and different routers is connected to each other, and the series of router is 2811, and I'll take one access switch, and this access switch is connected to multiple hosts. So for time being, we'll take 4 hosts, and these 4 hosts are connected. The connectivity will establish. HSRP Lab, part standby router redundancy, part standby router protocol. Now we'll take here the interface IP address 11.1.1.1 and /24, and we'll take the opposite interfaces 2 here. One is 2, and here we'll take 12.1.1.2, 12.1.1.2. This is the interface 12.1.1.1, and here the LAN interface LAN prefixes will take, this is a LAN prefix 192.168.10.1 IP address for this interface, and 2 for this interface 192.168.10.2. the same prefix I am taking here. So for this PC IP address is here 192.168.10.10, and for this PC is 20, and for this PC is here 30, and we'll give this PC as a 40. Move to the configure through first ISP router. This is our ISP router. We'll change the name of ISP here, ISP router, and we'll create one loopback interface also for HSRP ping purpose. We are taking one Google IP addresses. We'll create some loopbacks here. So which loopbacks will create 8.8.8.8 and 1.1.1.1. This loopbacks will create. This is a loopback 1 and loopback 8. Loopback 8 is a loopback 8 IP address, and this one is the loopback, the virtual interface basically. So we'll create in this router. So for reachability, we'll check Google IP address actually 8.8.8, and some Cisco IP address you can assume that 1.1.1. So that is the reason I have taken. Configure terminal, and we'll give the interface IP addresses first. Interface fast Ethernet 0x0. IP address is here 11.1.1.2 and 255.255.0, and exit before that no shutdown, and exit from here interface fast Ethernet 0x1, and IP address is here 12.1.1.1, so 2. IP address is here 12.1.1.2 and 255.255.0 is gateway. Before subnet mask to no shutdown, and exit from here, and interface loopback. I'll create 8 loopback 8, and IP address for that loopback is 8.8.8.8, and Subnet mask 255, 255, 255.0 and no shutdown for this and exit from here and create one more loopback interface, loopback IP, loopback one and IP address for that is 1.1.1.1 and 255, 255, 255.0. This is a virtual interface, no need to do the shutdown also. And we'll create the router one. This is our, and here we'll change some name. R1 will give, and this one is a R2. Okay, for R1 configuration, enable config terminal, and host name is R1, and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 IP address is here 11.1.1.1 and 255, 255, 255.0 subnet mask and no shutdown. And exit from here and interface fast LAN interface is 0 by 1 and IP address for that 192.168.10.1 and 255, 255, 255.0 and no shutdown. And exit from here. No need to give any IP route. We'll discuss for that. Config terminal and interface. First we'll configure interfaces, then we'll move to the routing part. We have to make a routing between the loopbacks. So interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 IP address is here 12.1.1.1 and subnet mask 255.255.0 and no shut. Yes, and interface LAN interface is 192 0 by 1 and IP address is here 192.168.10.2 and 255, 255, 255.0 and no shutdown. And exit from here. Now configuration part done. For we'll move to this host. We'll give IP addresses 192.168.10.10 and I'm not giving any subnets of default gateways. Now for timing. So I'll give no issue one I'll give for this interface. And for this, we'll give 20 to 1. And we'll give these two interfaces part 30 and we'll give default gateways 192.168.10.2 for this interface we'll give. And now for time being, leave it. I have given only one interface for this. These are the two interfaces for this route, this path. It will be select. Now try to ping gateway. So before that, we'll check IP config. Yeah, default gateway is 192.168.10.1 and ping the default gateway 192.168.10.1. As we can able to reach, I will ping the different subnet that is 11.1.1. Ping 11.1.1.1. Up to here we can able to reach the because of the interface directly connected interface. In this routing table you can check show IP route with this command. So the reason behind is that LAN interface is directly connected. So that is the reason we can able to ping. And now try to ping 11.1.1.2 for this interface. We can able to reach or not? Give me quickly answer. We can able to reach this interface through
I
this
think
PC.
yes.
So we cannot able to. So for that, what we have to do? If I want to make a reachability, if I want to make a reachability, for that, what I have to do? So check in this routing table. To config terminal, host name is ISP router. Check show IP route. So in this routing table, the source IP address which I am planning to ping, that is my destination IP address 192.168.10.10. This IP is available in this route.
No, we need to advertise the 192.168.10.10.
For that, okay, fine. I'll advertise config terminal IP route and 192.168. So statically I'll advertise here 10.0 and 255.255.255.0 and here. So for exit interface also and next hop IP address also, I'll make it as a next hop IP address through next hop IP address 11.1.1.1. This is my next hop IP address. I'll give here. Now we can able to reach up to 11.1.1.1. So now ping through here, do ping 192.168.10.10. Yes, we can able to reach to default gateway. If I want to ping 8.8.8.8 from here, ping 8.8.8.8. So 11.1.1.2 we can able to reach. Now tell me 8.8.8 I can able to reach or not? Yes or no? Quickly. Everyone participate. No issue. Wrong also. That is what we are learning here.
Yeah, it's loopback address, right? I think so. Maybe
Is
we already advertised the main IP address, so it will ping, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure.
okay, fine. Nikila?
I think it will ping.
Okay. It will ping. So destination host is unreachable. So we cannot able to reach. So the reason behind my source IP address is 192.168.10.10 and my destination IP address is 8.8.8.8. That is a different network, but here we have a default gateway. Up to default gateway I can reachable, and apart from that, up to this network also I can reachable because of in this routing table. Whichever my default gateway, I have to check that path is available or not. For that route is available or not in my routing table. So show IP route. I'll check here. So that path is available. Now check here.
No. There is no route.
8.8.8. So for that, what we have to do here? We have to make a one path for that. So here we'll use any dynamic routing or any static or a default route. Your wish, whichever you want, you can take, create. So here we'll take a default route is 0.0.0, and even though in real time also we'll use default route on this because here mostly we'll use NAT concept here as we discussed in theoretical. here we'll use NAT concept. So here we'll use mostly NAT concept from private to public. Private to public will use NAT, network address translation we'll discuss. So for time being, I'll take a default route.
Alim, can you show with the dynamic route?
On which route? Sorry,
Using dynamic route.
you want to check here dynamic routing.
Yeah, like yeah,
Okay,
with
fine.
using dynamic route, can you please
Which routing protocol you need in dynamic?
maybe OSPF?
Okay, fine. Router OSPF, and here we'll take process ID is 10, and okay, we'll advertise network part.
8 dot.
For that 8 part, we have to advertise in this router. Okay.
Okay,
Now
okay.
we'll move the default route also. Otherwise, we have to redistribute from that whichever we created static to OSPF, we have to redistribute. Now we are not redistributing those things. Now we'll entire part will do the dynamic routing. Okay, fine. So first we'll advertise 11.1.1.0 because we have to create a neighborship in between. In between, we have to make a neighborship. Understood? In between,
Yes.
we have to make a neighborship. And what is wildcard mask? 0.0.0.0 and 255. And which area will advertise this? 0.
0.
And will advertise same prefix, our LAN prefix also will advertise through network command. Network 192.168 10.0
10.0.
and 255.255.
Wildcard
250. Great.
0.0.
And area is 0. And now move to this router. So we'll remove this default route. So neighborship will be not for. So router OSPF 10 and network is 11.1.1.0 and 2 wildcard one 0.0.0.255 and area is 0.
0.
And one more network. So here you can check neighborship is formed in between. Neighborship is formed full. It's loading to full. Adjacency is done in between. If you want to check, you can check here. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Can check the neighborship also. Great. We had a neighborship and show IP route and OSPF will check the routing table. Yes, we are getting the prefix of LAN prefix what we advertised here. Just now we advertised, right? This prefix, that is the reason we are getting through OSPF routing protocol to OSPF, and this is a metric value, hope counts 2 hopes away. So it's not a hope. Metric is calculated based on the interface bandwidth by reference bandwidth by interface bandwidth. So that we got. So here we are using fast Ethernet and fast Ethernet 1 and fast Ethernet 1. That is the reason we are getting the 2 AD value. Sorry, not AD. AD value is 110 and this is a metric value. So we'll create neighborship in between also this segment. Config terminal. Config T interface. So router OSPF 10 and network is 12.1.1.0 and our wildcard mask 0.0.255 and area is 0. Enable config terminal interface. Before that, we'll configure router OSPF 10 network 12.1.1.0 and 0.0.0.255 and area is 0. So 8 for 5. Neighborship will be formed.
And network 192.168.10.0.
No, OSPF neighbor sometimes will not get, even though it will be form a neighborship. So it's a two-way state. So one is the DR router. So neighborship is now came up. You can check here. So earlier it's a two-way state. Init down, init two-way, extract, exchange, loading full. So now you can check. Now full state it will be. You can check here. Earlier it is a two-way state. Our neighbor is 8.8.8. Based on the highest loopback interface, it will be elected as a router ID. Here also you can check. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So 8.8.8 is my neighbor. So here you can check show IP route OSPF. So we are getting only one route through this interface. So now config. We'll advertise these prefixes also. So we are not getting 8.8. Still we cannot able to ping. Till we cannot able to. So destination host is unreachable because we haven't advertised those prefixes in net OSPF. So that is the reason we cannot able to reach. Understood?
Yes.
So for that we have to advertise that prefixes 8.8.8.0 and 0.0.0.255 and area is 0. And one more network is 1.1.1.1 and 0.0.0.0.255 and area is 0. Area is 0. Now you can check here routing table. Now we are getting the routes. 1 dot also, 8 also. Now we can able to ping. Yes, we can able to reach. So trace RT and we'll find out through which gateway we are pinging. So through 192.168 1.1 through this gateway we can able to ping that IP address. So here if I want to ping 8.8.8.8 and yes, we can able to reach through which gateway? Trace RT 8.8.8.8 through 192.168 2.2 for this PC is reachable likewise and this PC is reachable likewise. So what we'll do for this interface, we'll make it as a down. Understood? For what? For why? Now we'll try to pick trace at 1.1.1.1 also. Yes, we can able to reach through which gateway 192.168 10.1. Through this gateway we can able to reach. So if this gateway is down, so he cannot able to reach. He can able to reach or not. This entire pieces will can able to reach the ping 8.8.8.8. So he can also reachable. So because the gate IP config, the gateway is 192.168 10.1. This is the gateway. So I'll shut down this interface. Config terminal. interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 shutdown. This interface is goes down, went down. Now went down. Now again trace it. No tracing also. So try to ping 1.1.1.1. No ping. Try to ping 11.1.1.1 IP address. No reachability. So the reason behind this interface is down. So if I will change the gateway, which gateway I have to give now? I have to give here, just here one is there. Instead of one, I'll make it as a two. Before that, we'll continuous ping. We'll do continuous ping. Ping 8.8.8.8 continuous ping part minus T we have to use. In real time, after the minus T here we have to use. Here, not here. In real time, we have to use minus T here. But in lab part, not here, in between. So continuous pinging is done. So request timeout I am getting. So for the what I will do, I will change the gateway now. For what? 1 instead of 2. Now tell me, it will ping or not? If ping means how? Earlier, the ping is happen likewise. Now this interface is down. I have configured the default gateway for this PC is likewise. It's working fine. Now tell me, we can able to ping or not?
Yes.
Ping 192 8.8.8.8 has changed or not? Ten dot 192.168. What happened? Right. Wait. I'll save the configuration. So IP route. So we are not getting the prefix because we have not advertised the prefix here in this prefix in OSPF routing table. What guys? Routers.
I
If
told
you
you
want
before,
to,
Ali. When you have
you,
done 12.1.1, I told 192.168, but you didn't enter that.
so okay, got it. Sorry for that. So running configuration, you can check here. We are not advertised in OSPF that prefix. Only 12 dot we advertised. That is the reason. These all are the troubleshooting things. router, even though we are getting that prefix in this route. So no, we are not getting the prefix also. 192, we are getting in this prefix. So this interface is down. When we are not getting that 192, 168, 10.1 prefix also here, 10.0. 192 prefix is not there. LAN prefix is not there. So because we haven't advertised it here. So router OSPF 10. Sorry for that. Network 192.168. 10.0 and 0.0.0.255 and area is 0. Now, yes. Now ping. Yes, we can able to reach. The reason, some silly mistakes. So we'll face lot of issues. Got it? The interface is down. We cannot able to reach. If you are trying to reach from this gateway, still we cannot able to reach 1.1.1.1. No, we cannot able to reach. Request timeout because the default gateway is physical interface. So if I'll use config terminal interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1, before that will continue as ping will do here -t and will use no shutdown. So wait for 30 seconds. So STP shows spanning tree. The interface is now it will be moved to the different states. Show spanning tree. Still the forwarding state is listening state now. Listening state, learning state, learning state. Now forwarding state. Now you can check. Show IP route. Yes, we can able to reach now. So once the gateway is came up, then only we can able to reach. That gateway is down, we cannot able to reach. So for that solution, we have a FHRP protocol. In that we will configure here HSRP. So still the continuous ping will be happen. Once we'll configure here config terminal, how we'll configure the HSRP. So for that, just use standby command. So for that, we have to enter interface mode, not in global configuration. For that LAN interfaces, we have to configure. So in this interfaces, for this interface and this interface. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1 and standby. And here we have a group. If you are version 1, then it will be take a 1024 up to. If you are using version 2, then it will be support. If you are by default version 1 is happen. We'll take 4000 and its version IP is 192.168. So we'll give if version 4 1 means by default version 1 is happen. I'll show you in lab. And we'll take 10 and here IP and virtual gateways 192.168 10.5. We'll take 10.5 is our virtual gateway and that much only. Standby 10 IP. This is a virtual IP address. Now configuration is done. That much only. Virtual gateways 192.168.10.5, and same thing we'll configure here. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1 and standby. Make sure whichever you are taken the group ID, that should be matched. If group is mismatched, then they won't establish the HSRP. IP address is 192.168, and make sure virtual IP address also same. So check here. So which one is the active and which one is the standby? So with for that show standby brief command. So this is now speak state. Now this router is here. We have some states. So standby. This is a command. Two troubleshooting commands we have here. So standby brief will find out which one is the active router and which one is the standby router. Store standby brief. This is the standby router, and this one is the active router. If you want to check this, yes. So standby. So this is the active router and this one is the standby router. So if you want to change the priority, so by default priority is here, you can check 100. By default priority is 100 here. If you want to change the priority, yes, we can change. How? Config terminal and interface fast Ethernet 0/1 and standby 10, and priority. Here you can use priority. Priority is in between, we can change it. 0 to 255 max. Priority is 255. If 255 means that router is always that only active. I'll change little bit 101 only. By default is 1. 100. I'll take it as a 101. This router is always active. Then show standby. So this router is active, and virtual IP address is virtual gateway is 192.168.10.5, and active virtual MAC address is 0A, because of we have taken the group ID is 10. So that is the reason A. Hexadecimal value, and local virtual MAC address is same thing, and this is a by default version is 1. HSRP version is 1. And hello timer is 3 seconds and hold on timer is 10 seconds. And next hello it will be sent after this 3 seconds. So it will be changed. The timer you can check here. It will be changed the timer. It will be enter. See 1.3. Next hello it will be sent after 3 seconds. Now preemption will discuss, and active router is local. Local one is this one is the active router. And standby router IP address is 192.168.10.2. This is a standby router IP address. And priority, we change the priority 101. That is the reason it's the active router. And group name is here HSRP fast Ethernet 0/1, and 10 is the group number. It's a group name. We can change it also, but in Cisco packet tracer, it won't happen. So limited commands, it will be it is there. So this is all about the HSRP, and now this one is an active router. So earlier we give a 2 of IP address for this. So we'll change the default gateways. So same network, it will be ping. Here, this one is fine. The default gateway, make sure we have to give. So now ping again 1.1.1.1 as we can able to reach through tracer. We'll do the tracer is RT 1.1.1.1 through 192.168. This is the gateway we can able to reach. One 192.168 10.40 192.168 10.5 gateway trace T 8.8.8.8. So here accurate result is not showing. Virtual gateway is not showing. Whichever the physical gateway is, that is only showing. But that cannot. Okay, no issue. If this interface is goes down, if this active, so standby brief. This is actually active router because highest priority. If this interface is goes down, goes down, what will be happen? So here in virtual gateways you can verify and standby router gateways 192.168.10.2. So the entire process will be happen through 192.168.10.2. Okay, exactly. So because of active router only will pass the traffic. So that is the reason. So virtual gateway is not showing. Active router only it is showing. So entire will be the traffic is moving likewise. So now tell me, if this interface is goes down, this router will become active, right? Now this router is standby. You can check if you want to check. So standby. So this one is the standby router. Standby become a active. That is what we discussed in theory. Now check for that if this interface is goes down. Understood? If this is ఈ interface down అయితే ప్రాబ్లం ఏమవుతుంది చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు. If this interface is goes down, then what is the issue? For that will continuous will ping minus t 1.1.1.1. Continuous pinging will be happen for interface fast ethernet 0/1 shutdown. We'll make it as a shutdown. Now it went to the init state. Now check. One dot one dot one dot one. So this interfaces came up. This is active. This router become a active router. So standby. So standby. This router become a active router. The reason behind is we have used here which routing protocol here? We have used here actually dynamic routing protocol. That is the reason it wills up. But whenever the preemption is disabled, the issue will be it won't up. This router won't active. It will be not active. Understood? This router will be not active state because the reachability is not in between these two routers by default. In this two router, reachability is not there. But here we configured dynamic routing. That is the reason the neighborship through neighborship we got router is came up. But preemption, when that preemption is disabled, it won't happen. It won't happen. Have you got it? This router won't become as an active router, even though it came active. If you configured instead of dynamic, no, you can remove the dynamic routing protocol. We'll remove the dynamic routing protocol. We'll check what is issue is going on here. Have you got it or not, everyone? When the preemption is disabled, this preemption is disabled. Show standby. Now this interface is down, but preemption also disabled.
So
ఇక్కడ
the
preemption disabled
active
ఉంటే,
router.
sorry,
So preemption డిజబుల్ ఉంటే యాక్టివ్ రౌటర్ లైక్ స్టాండ్ బై లోకి వెళ్ళినా మళ్ళీ అది ఒకవేళ యాక్టివ్ అయినా అది మళ్ళీ స్టాండ్ బై లోనే ఉంటదని కదా.
ఇది యాక్టివ్ గానే ఉంటది. ఇది యాక్టివ్ గానే ఉంటది. ఇక్కడ రీచబిలిటీ ఉంది, మనకు రీచబిలిటీ ఇట్లా ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది యాక్టివ్ అయిపోయింది. ఇక్కడ రీచబిలిటీ ఉండదు మధ్యలో. ఇక్కడ మనము డిఫాల్ట్ రౌట్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇది ఐఎస్పి రౌట్. ఇక్కడ డైనమిక్ యూజ్ చేయం మనం. మీరు చెప్పారు కాబట్టి నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం యూజ్ చేశాను, డైనమిక్. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఇష్యూ. దట్ ఈస్ అందు గురించి ఇది వచ్చింది అట్లా, లేదంటే రాదు. Okay, what we'll do, we'll remove the dynamic routing protocol config terminal. No IP route and not no IP route, no IP protocols. No, won't work. So we have to use router OSPF 10. So through this only we have to use, and we'll remove here also config terminal. No router OSPF 10, and I'm removing the dynamic routing protocol. Just no OSP, no router OSPF 10. Show IP protocols, no protocols. Show IP protocols, no protocols. Show IP protocols, no. So the reachability also gone. You can check. No reachability. We'll configure dynamic routing protocols.